How you guys feeling this week? This is how I'm feeling. Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm your beautiful bullish host, Young Buffett, back with another video. Dude, I sound like every other YouTuber. Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm just gonna jump right into it. This is what I do. Subscribe if you're down. Ape Wisdom covers Wall Street Bets, Wall Street Bets New, Wall Street Bets Elite, stock market, investing, SPACs, options, and day trading subreddits. It is my favorite place to take a look at what people are saying, what people are talking about, what people are thinking, and possibly seeing how it'll affect the stock price. Top talked about, ticker still SPY. Week after week, record-breaking all-time highs. Look at the SPY chart. It's just insane. Anyways, AMC number 2, GameStop number 3, as it always is. Wish has been just getting wrecked. UPS. What? It went from 365 to 5th. Jeez. Then we got CLOV. All right, let's take a look at what people are saying about CLOV. Overall, 69% positive sentiment. Nearby words including AMC, like, up, Y, off, CLOV, buy, more, buy, even. The F word, wish, matter, what? And then least. So that's what people are talking about. Overall, pretty positive, I guess. Kind of, not really. If you're looking at the subreddits and you're seeing what people are talking about, it's overall kind of like, this is so manipulated. How come it's so manipulated? Well, let's find out why it's so manipulated, huh? Looking at Wall Street Bets tracking ticker sentiment website, Swaggy Stocks, CLOV isn't even on here. Oh, it is. Wow, it's almost I think it's entirely positive. Okay. Let's take a look at comment volume. It's going down. Stock price hasn't really moved. You know, it's just doing its thing. No crazy details there. However, what I want to take a look at and what I really care about and what I want to start tracking, and we were right last week if you saw the other videos, the stock price literally moves with the max pain. I thought that's really interesting. If you guys don't know, if you haven't seen my last video, maybe I can make a whole video that talks about max pain. If you're interested, let me know in the comments if you want me to make a video strictly about what max pain is. But all you really need to know is max pain is how much damage can the market makers do to all of the people who bought options, whether it's puts or calls. And by damage, I mean where should the stock price be to make most of the calls and most of the puts expire worthless. And it looks like the max pain for next week is $9. So they need the stock price to be $9 to collect the most premium from all of these call options and all of these put options. A little bit later in this video, I'm going to take a look at a Reddit post that talks about the options volume and what's going on with the options this week. It should be a very interesting week. It should be. Now let's see how it plays out. But something super sketch. What happened to this dark pool data? If you guys have seen any of my videos from last week, you know that net short volume was like negative 500,000. Why is it negative 5.2 million now? Did they just short the crap out of it after earnings? Probably. Yeah, they did. So it is so shorted right now. Net short volume, negative 5.2 million. Negative short volume in dollars is negative $42.9 million shorted. There's a lot of dark pool data going on, which, by the way, if you want to learn more about how dark pools and stuff work, I have a video right there. You need to understand dark pools. And it talks about pretty much everything you need to know about what dark pools are and how they operate and the problems and whatnot. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Maybe I'll put a link somewhere and then you can click it. But anyways, saw this on the subreddit, piqued my interest. I took a look at the options chain, and he is right. So SenLK, oh, you know what? We've reviewed one of his other posts before in another video. I like this guy. He says, this week ending in 8/20 could be huge. It could. You're right. Options chain has never been this stacked for CLOV. You're right. We'll take a look at it in a second. If we all buy some shares in the beginning of the week, we might be able to break past the 1064, and then anything is possible. Max pain for options is 9. We talked about that. Technical breakout price is 1064. That's interesting because I think that's literally my cost basis. Hold on. My cost basis is 1078. Close. And then anything is possible. Where were we? Technical breakout. Once we do, there will be a lot of traders getting on the rocket. First couple of days will be important. We can do it. Let's go. CLOV to 100. Woo. So yes and no. Real quick, if you guys don't know what a technical breakout is, look at this chart. This is a technical breakout. So a breakout occurs when you see that top line? That top line is resistance. The bottom line is an upward trending support line. I'm full transparency. I'm not a technical guy. I don't do technical analysis. I don't really care for it, but it is a thing, and it's important to take a look at what's going on, especially when it comes to support and resistance. I'm not a big like Head and Shoulders shampoo guy, but it's important to know what cup and handle and different types of shampoos there are in the technical astrology world. A breakout is when the stock price moving outside of the defined support and resistance level with increased volume. The breakout trader enters a long position after the stock breaks out above the resistance and enters a short-term position when the stock breaks down below support. Pretty much, yeah. But if this guy's saying the technical breakout is breaking past 1064, I guess that is a resistance level right now. So that's important to know. Also, this is cool. It's on Seeking Alpha, which I don't really like that much anyways, but it's still cool news. Clover was upgraded from neutral to outperform. The summary Hindenburg Research Report overstates the implications of the Department of Justice inquiry, which hasn't transformed to a legal probe or subpoena since it started at least 1.5 years ago. Pent-up demand for healthcare services due to CLOV lockdown is temporarily increasing policy utilization, increasing CLOV's medical costs. MCR will likely return to normal levels as this backlog loosens. So it's everything we know. And it's everything that keeps everybody bullish on this stock. And it's cool to see that people are talking positively about it, because the more and more that happens, the more and more people start to open up. And dude, I really like this SenLK guy. Hey, if you're watching this video, I love you. He commented and said, all of the big players loaded up now, and they'll likely start writing these bullish articles. I don't care as long as we get to 30 and above. CLOV. He's right. It's been so manipulated to the point where it's like, it literally hasn't, it doesn't even move anymore. Look at that. It's just like, it's just pinned right there. And he's right. It's probably just been consolidating for so long at such a low price, like anywhere from 7 to 8 to 9. People probably have been loading up. I'm curious to see if I can source some data on that, to see who's buying what and when and why and at what price. That'll be interesting to see though. But anyways, I promise you guys we'll take a look at the options chain. Next week or this week of the ending in the 20th, depending on when you're watching this video. Look at this volume. There's a lot of people buying a lot of options. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, I always say buy time to be right. You'd rather be late than wrong. There's just a lot of pressure on next week. So why this is important is because this kind of gives you a setup for some sort of gamma squeeze situation. A gamma squeeze scenario this is what it will look like. So if the stock price so right now it's 822, right? And if we look at the option, the next option is 850, right? 8.5. If Clove is above 8.5, what does that mean? That means the people who sold you this contract, and there's 9,829 of them just on Friday alone. That was the volume on Friday. Now, that's not assuming, like, for example, I bought the $10 call like 2 weeks ago. My volume isn't counted in that volume. But anyways, I don't want to rant too much. If the stock price is above 8.5, that means the people who sold this contract will have to sell you Clove at 8.5. Now, how do you sell share? Now, how do you sell those shares at that price? You have to own and buy those shares and sell it at that price. So what does that do? That might increase the demand on the shares. And if more people buy shares, it'll increase the price. So then it goes to 9, let's say. This is a hypothetical situation. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this makes any sense, but just listen. This is a scenario that could possibly happen. And it's just for educational purposes only. You get to understand how these things affect the price. Then let's say then the price goes to 9. If Clove closes above 9, let's say it closes at 9.5, they have to sell you those shares at 9, then increasing the price and increasing the price and increasing the price. More buying and then selling to you, and then buying and then selling and fulfilling their contractual obligation. That is kind of a good way to look at how gamma squeezes work. We're still holding the next week 10s. We'll see how that plays out. We're down like 78% on those. Then we also have the September 17th. We are down $1 on those. So no big deal. We're just holding those. See, this is why I like to buy time. We'll see if any new options get added to this chain. Because look, it only ends at 17. Next week goes all the way to 43. But then you got November that goes all the way to 43. So we just got to wait and see what happens. Let's see how it opens on Monday. Fridays are just notoriously red days, so that's why we close red. They had a great earnings. You can't argue that. I guess we just got to wait and see. I don't know. That's it. That's it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like these videos, hit that like button then. Then other people get to see this and experience what Clove is all about. If you have any questions, I get back to every comment. Leave me a comment. I love you, and I'll see you guys on the next video.